So Pokemon Legends ZA just came out, and people have already got their hands on the game, and they're already expressing their thoughts and opinions on the game online. So this is supposed to be the next Pokemon game in the, I don't want to say the series, but it's the next Legends game for Pokemon. The first Legends game was Pokemon Legends Arceus, which was a hit or miss with some people, and now we have Pokemon Legends ZA or ZA or however you want to pronounce it. It's the next Legends game in the Pokemon series. The last Pokemon game was Scarlet and Violet, which ended up as one of the worst Pokemon games of all time, which the less said about Scarlet and Violet, the better. But now, with Pokemon Legends ZA, you think that it would be an improvement of the game, right? You think that it would be much better than Scarlet and Violet. Well, actually, it's the complete opposite, actually. It's the actual reverse of that, unfortunately. Now, I know it has not been a full week yet since the game came out. It's been a couple of days by now, but literally everyone that has got this game just seems to be outright disappointed. Like, the reviews for Pokemon Legends ZA are horrible. Like, everyone who has played this game just seems to be outright disappointed, except for like the media aggregate scores like IGN, for example, because it seems like they were either paid by this company to give a good review score, or they just have no taste in good video games and they just suck the developer's schlong anyway, and they just give out a good score for the sake of getting a good score. I mean, if you go over to the Metacritic page, right? Because that's usually where reviews go for all the games and whatnot. The review score is sitting at an 80 for people that get the game early, like IGN, for example, because they review the games and they're gaming outlets and journalists, so they review the games early. But the user score, however, is for people who played the game, people like you watching this video, for example, the actual player base. The user score is sitting at a 4.4 at the time of the recording of this video. So there is a massive difference here between the player base score and like the gaming journalist review score. I mean, a lot of people that have played this game are calling the Game Freak out for all the problems it has, because people are panning this game out because it is the shortest open world, if you even want to consider it an open world. It's the smallest it's ever been. The Pokedex, which is supposed to be like, your 100% completion, where you capture every single Pokemon, is the shortest it's ever been. It's up to like, what, 130 something Pokemon? Which is absolutely pathetic for a Pokemon game. I mean, I think Legends Arceus had double the amount of Pokemon. It had like 270 something Pokemon, and then Sword and Shield had like, I think 400 total something Pokemon. And you had to like trade with other people to get the entire Pokedex filled in Sword and Shield. But the Pokedex is the shortest it's ever been. The exploration map, the open world, is the shortest it's ever been. The quality of the game has been heavily called into question by the people playing it. And it's being panned out, I would argue to say, as one of the worst Pokemon games of all time, next to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Now, I have to bring this up, okay? And I know some of the die-hard fanboys of Pokemon are going to get triggered and they're going to get angry at what I say, but this is just a fact. PalWorlds came out last year in January, and PalWorlds has evolved the Pokemon franchise to brand new heights, and Pokemon Legends ZA is another example of Pokemon devolving and downgrading the entire franchise even further. Even with all the gamepad mechanics that Nintendo tried to go for, padding throwing a ball mechanic, or trying to pad in animal riding mechanics, or patenting summoning mechanics. So they're the only ones in gaming that can use this. But yet, when you look at Legend ZA, barely any of those patent mechanics are used there. I mean, throwing a ball, like actually throwing it, they don't actually throw the ball, it looks like. It just looks like they're dropping the ball more than actually throwing it. And you can't even ride Pokemon in Legends ZA, which is another step down from Legends Arceus, and people are genuinely pissed off about it. And the quality of the game just looks even worse compared to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Now, once again, this is where PalWorlds comes into play, alright? Say what you will about PalWorlds, but PalWorlds is a 1 year old game at this point. It's about to be 2 years old, actually, in a couple of months, but PalWorlds has done way more to innovate in the Pokemon franchise than Pokemon does. You can actually use pals as a part of your toolkit. They're part of your base kit. You can literally use your pals, your summon creatures, in unique ways that Pokemon will never consider doing for their games. You can use pals to help build new things in your base camp, and you can use them to help get certain resources in the open world, and you can use them to help you out in combat in different ways. Or if you're traveling on a certain pal, you can equip them with a goddamn weapon and you can wreak havoc on a big group of pals if you really wanted to. Now keep this in mind, PalWorlds is a 1 year old game, like I mentioned already, and PalWorlds has done way more to innovate for the creature catching genre than Pokemon has ever done. And PalWorlds was made by an indie developer company. Unlike Nintendo, that's like a AAA giant, and they have one of the biggest, most iconic, engrossing franchises that make billions of dollars. Like, Pokemon is not a small franchise, it is a global phenomenon. And the fact that they can't even put more effort into their video games just goes to show that PalWorlds has done far more to not only innovate, but it captures that creature catching genre charm way better than Pokemon Legends ZA. Hell, it does better than the whole Pokemon franchise in general. That's a fact. And here's another fact. Nintendo and Game Freak have gotten so lazy, they're gonna be willing to put out the bare minimum effort to maximize profits for the Pokemon genre, especially in the gaming industry, where they don't have to do anything because they know that there will be goofy goobers out there that will buy the game regardless because it has the Pokemon brand attached to it. And they know that they can get away with it because not enough people will speak out against this and call them out for it. But in this case, with Pokemon Legends ZA, it looks like that people are starting to finally realize, it seems, and starting to realize that Pokemon is like a gaming franchise has fallen so far from grace where it's just not even worth your time. Now, I don't like telling people what to do with their money as consumers because it is your money you spend on the game, not mine. But all I can do is make suggestions. So if you're looking for a good creature catching game, go over to PalWorlds. PalWorlds has done far more to innovate, and it's one of the best creature catching games out there to this day. If you really want to send Nintendo a message and let them know that the Pokemon franchise fucking sucks in the gaming department, go to their competitors. Support the indie company Pocket Pair. Support PalWorlds. That is the only way you're gonna get Nintendo to listen to you. It's the only way. There is no other way. As long as you keep giving Nintendo money and Game Freak money for the lazy ass Pokemon franchise, you're never gonna get these companies to listen to you. unless you actually speak with your wallet and you tell them, no, I'm not buying this product. I'm going to go to your competitors and support them instead. So, with this being said, thank you everyone for watching and for listening. And until next time, I'm talking about how PalWorlds easily outshines Pokemon, and I will see you all later.